Glenarvan summons her Order of the Pelican.
Majesty, the order stands assembled before you, and yet we are no longer complete. There's a gap in our circle. I ask that you make your order whole. I present my petition to your Majesty to recognize my protege as a peer of the realm and elevate Baroness Kendra into your Order of the Pelican.
Indeed, last night their highnesses put this dear lady on vigil that she might contemplate the entry into the Order of the Pelican. Harold, would you please call Baroness Kendra forth?
Her Majesty of Glenarvan hereby summons Baroness Kendra Day unto the present.
Served me well as a protege, but that time has come to an end. I can no longer count you as a servant in my household. no longer stand as a shield in front of you. It is time for you to stand on your own. Kneel before your crown.
Good Pelicans, we would hear your petition. Is there one of your order who would speak for this lady?
Yes, Your Majesty. I'm Cormac the Bald. I've been a Pelican for 4 years, 3 weeks, and 2 days. I have known this woman for much, much longer. Despite all the evidence to the contrary, I'm not going to talk very long. I'm going to say she is my peer and has been for a very long time. She would be a benefit to our order and a benefit to our kingdom. She is my peer.
Do you agree with this petition?
Your Majesty, I stand as witness that Baroness Kendra has set vigil to contemplate the responsibilities of this new position.
Kendra, is it still your desire to become part of the Order of the Pelican?
Yes.
The purpose of the Order of the Pelican is to serve the populace. Is there a member of the populace who would speak for this lady?
I will speak, Your Majesty. I'm the Honorable Lord Brendan Mock Schnock. I've met Kendra about roughly 10 years ago, by and large, in a place that we both called home, the Barony of Grey Nish. When I first met her in a kitchen, my arms up to suds and her arms up to, I think, carrots, I'm not sure. Some sort of vegetable matter, I'm not sure. I thought she lived here. She just naturally fit in. She was working hard as if she was a member of the group. But I had just moved from the barony. I thought, okay, well, she just moved in. Wonderful. It wasn't until a few years later that I realized, no, she didn't live in the niche when she received the award, the Citizen of Grey Nish. And it's that ability to come anywhere within this kingdom or other places and serve, no matter what, no matter how, no matter what job, that truly makes a Pelican and a peer. This lady who stands before you is a peer of this realm.
Thank you for your word. Is there a medallion for this lady?
Your Majesty, I, Daphne of Colchester, known for her subtlety, present this chain for your consideration.
While the burden of the Pelican and the service to the crown is heavy, I don't believe it's this heavy.
It's worth a shot, Your Majesty.
Please, is there perhaps a lighter medallion?
Oh! If Daphne can do it, I can do better. Here, see? This one surely isn't too heavy.
Oh, I don't believe this will work either. Is there a proper medallion for this lady?
Your Majesty, possibly this medallion from my own neck might work. Kendra, the medallion bears the image of a pelican in her piety. She stands above her chicks with pierced breast, feeding them her own life's blood. The symbol represents sacrificial service, the giving of one's life for others. The role of a pelican in a society is to strive to meet the needs of others, to give of themselves, and to teach and nurture all who seek guidance. In this way, they prosper the society and the kingdom.
This medallion is weighted nicely and properly. It bears the weight of the service as performed by a pelican. Pelicans, would you please pass this among your circle? That you might show your solidarity with each other and with your new candidate. We value this order's judgment, but the bestowing of a peerage is a weighty matter. We are responsible and would consult with others on this issue. Is there perhaps a member of the chivalry who would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty and Your Highness,
glorious people of this realm, I am Uther, Duke of this kingdom, premier order of the chivalry, and above all, a son of our glorious king. I carry words from Sir Carson Wynn, who unfortunately could not be here today. With your permission, I would like to read them to the assembled populace, the most noble order of the Pelican, and have it heard by this wonderful king.
Indeed, please read the words of Sir Carson.
Unto their majesties Glenavon, Brian, and Lorelei, and unto the assembled populace of the Aries realm, do I, Sir Carson Wynn, send greetings and beg permission to have my words regarding this lady heard. It was with great sadness that I am unable to declare this testimony in person, but I count myself blessed beyond measure to be afforded the honor of my words being spoken before you in my absence, by the best guy in the history of histories, and just a right impressive knight and personage of utmost. But he goes on, but I'm going to go back to his stuff. I have said before that I believe it is my greatest duty as a knight to inspire others with martial prowess and chivalric bearing. What is the point of prowess if it serves no greater good? If it doesn't inspire others to test themselves, I believe inspiration to be the greatest responsibility of any of the two. To inspire the next generation of gentles to pursue greatness, much like this most inspirational man that stands before you reading this letter. He goes on. I'm just going to skip that too. Go back down. This lady inspires me to test myself, to take on the responsibilities of maintaining our society, to better my kingdom, and to better myself. Fighters train to perfect their skills, and artisans to hone their talents. But these efforts would be in vain were it not for the special persons who spend their quiet hours shouldering the responsibility of providing the framework and structure to our dream, so that we all may have a stage to stand upon. Kendra is such an architect. Her efforts are too numerous to list, her accomplishments too great to name. It is rare to see her at events before dark, but if you do catch a glimpse of her, she is hard at work or rushing from one task to the next. She stands as an example of what it takes to bring this dream of ours into reality. And there is never a time when she doesn't smile while she does it, while she doesn't take a second to give you a hug or a kind word. Be it running volunteers point at Gulf Wars, chairing the social media office and keeping us informed of the events throughout our kingdom, organizing workshops and assisting the populace with projects, or simply helping with tasks, major and minor. At events, Kendra does not avoid work. She seeks it out and ensures it is done to her high standard. This lady is one of those special lot, without whom our dream would have collapsed long ago. It is by her efforts that tasks were accomplished, events were held, projects completed, and duties fulfilled. Your Majesty, this lady, my friend, is an inspiration and is my peer. Humbly, Sir Carson Wynn. Your Majesties and Your Highnesses, I've known this lady, and I cannot stand here and in any way disagree with what Sir Carson has written. This lady is not only my peer, she is all of our peers.
Fine words from the Order of Chivalry. Thank you, Your Grace. But there are other orders. Would there be a member of the Order of the Laurel to speak?
Your Majesty, Your Highnesses, assembled populace. I am Duchess Kendra von Zimmer, Order of the Laurel. Hospitality. Ask any visitor to our kingdom how their stay was, and they will mention the grand hospitality that they enjoy. There is an art to hospitality, and Kendra has mastered it. We have all studied an events flyer and been happy to see that Kendra was listed as the head chef. We know that this means that our dinner will be excellently done, on time, and most importantly, delicious. There is an art to a well-prepared feast, and Kendra is a mistress. As her patrons, we don't see the orchestrations behind the kitchen curtain. We don't see the careful composing of her menus. We don't see the fine-tuning of the spices in her dishes. We don't see her directing her players, her staff. What we do see is the symphony of friendship and camaraderie of a good meal with friends and loved ones. There is an art to hospitality, and Kendra is absolutely
Thank you, Your Grace.
Your Majesty, I believe they are expecting a member of the Order of Defense to come speak for this candidate.
I will fulfill that role. In the name of the most recent peerage, Masters of Defense, there is that word, defense. As a Pelican, it is your duty not only to serve others, but to defend those who are smaller, younger, weaker, struggling. Guide them, show them the way, light their path. That is what I charge for you this day. You are a peer of Glenalm. And last, we would consult with those who have sat the throne. Is there any from the royal family who might speak for this lady?
Your Majesty, Your Highnesses, I am Sir James, Count of Glenavon, first rider of the Apocalypse, and friend of Baroness Kendra Day.
It's a ghost.
I've known her since our first event. I watched her come in, I watched her help people to bring us all up. There's a saying in our household, my household, that when all hands help to bring in the tide, all ships rise. And she does that. Being a royal is a challenge. You reach out to people to help you, to guide you, to help you bring people up. And every time we turned around, there she was, helping us to elevate this kingdom. If it was not for people like her, we would all fail. She is more, way more than my peer. She is my man. And please take that into consideration.
Indeed, wise counsel.
Your Majesty, if it is your will, we desire that you elevate Baroness Kendra to your peerage, that our number be increased and the realm served thereby.
Mindful of this, we ask you a second time, Kendra. Do you wish to take on the responsibilities as a member of the Order of the Pelican?
It is.
Our society cannot stand alone. It requires the support of our peerages. Each of the peerage orders is necessary for our society to be what it is. The Pelicans provide service. They provide the organization that is absolutely essential for this dream to thrive. From our hands, receive this medallion. Passed from hand to hand, as it symbolizes the bond of sacrifice and self-service that you will now. Yes. Watch it. Just because it is sacrifice and self-service doesn't mean it doesn't have to be pretty. Is there a cloak for this fine lady?
I believe this would keep her quite warm.
I believe it would keep Holy warm. I think it is slightly large.
Slightly. She'll grow into it.
I believe there may be possibly a better option.
I got this.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Your Majesty, because we are not always given everything we need. Sometimes we got to make things stretch and work. I think this will do.
Stretch and work. She would not be able to function in the realm of a peerage as a pelican with only one arm in a coat.
Sometimes, Your Majesty, we do have to make sacrifices.
Is there a proper cloak for this lady?
The cloak of this order reminds us of the covenant. Wings outstretched to shelter and protect your health. As a member of the Order of the Pelican, it is your call to protect the society, the kingdom, and people who service in times of need. This identifies
right, that was better. Still looks warm.
Mindful of all you have heard, we do ask you a third and final time. Kendra, as you stand ready to assume your duty, whoops.
You're right.
Yes, do you stand ready to assume the duties, prerogatives, and responsibilities of a companion of the Order of the Pelican?
Yes. I am most happy to do so.
We will now charge you to pledge your oath as a member of the Order. Your Highnesses, if you would join me, please. I will. If you would please.
I state your name.
I, Kendra Day,
This day pledge guilty to the crown of Flint Auburn
this day pledge guilty to the crown of Flint Auburn,
and vow to provide my arms in times of war,
and vow to provide my arms in times of war,
my art in times of peace,
my art in times of peace,
and my service in times of need.
and my service in times of need.
I promise to defend our fair kingdom
I promise to defend our fair kingdom
against all who desire her harm,
against all who desire her harm,
with word, deed, and force.
with word, deed, and force.
From this day henceforth,
From this day henceforth,
as long as my crown allows,
as long as my crown allows,
I am bound to be faithful,
I am bound to be faithful,
holding honor and courtesy above all.
holding honor and courtesy above all. Let all here bear witness that Brian, King of Glenavon, and Lorelei, Queen of Glenavon, in the presence of their Highnesses, do hear and accept your oath of fealty as a Pelican, given in good faith. We vow to defend and support you and yours with the same word, deed, and force. Those who keep and hold this oath true will be rewarded with favor. Those who forget this oath and break faith shall be repaid with judgment and wrath. Now rise, as you're able. Your Highness. Thank you. As a peer of our realm, let this be the last blow left unanswered.
Glenavon for Mistress Kendra! All hail! All hail! All hail!
This is the face of a happy let the herald bring forth the license of your new station. Herald, do you have the scroll?
No, Your Majesty, he did make it to me.
Your Majesty, I have a skull for Kendra. All the craft trophies, chica. All the craft trophies.
Oh, it's in glitter! No, thank you, no. Elise, here. Thank you. Glitter! Is there perhaps a more appropriate scroll?
I got one. Big Chuck, big scroll. Big scroll for Pelican.
It's a pretty good scroll.
So much glitter.
Is there a truly proper scroll for this lady?
Wait, Your Majesty, we just found one. It was stashed up under your throne. I think this might be appropriate.
Indeed. If you would read the words, please.
Know ye and all present that having consulted with the companionate of the Order of the Pelican, it is our sovereign will to elevate you, Kendra Day, to the rank of Mistress of the Pelican. It is thus our pleasure to bestow upon you a patent of arms, granting you the privileges and charging you with the responsibilities of a peer of the realm. Hereunto do we set our hands and seals this 24th day of September, Anno Societatis 51, being 2016 Gregorian. Brian, Rex, Lorelei, Regina.
You must come see this in person. Your Hilder, thank you. Your Hilder Pfaffenfeld's daughters did this. And if you look at it closely, you will see it is not just gold. It is 3 colors of gold. Very much like your 3 flavors of service. It is not blue, it is 4 colors of blue. Very much like all the different jobs that you have done with your hands. You must come and see this. Now is not the time to cry. Now is the time to laugh and rejoice. Pelicans, please come welcome the newest member of your order.
Glen Auburn! Oh!
Hail! Hail! Hail!
One moment, Kendra. You. That is free.
One of them should come out.
I know.
Wow, it really is.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
I know.
It doesn't like the front.
No, I've got pins on.
You need to get one of the Sharpie one as well. I got it all. You could read it from where you're. Yeah.
There being no further business, this now closes the court of their Majesties Glen Auburn. All rise and make way.
Try not to stab me.